Okay, so this is going to be a little controversial, as it seems as though whenever you mention former US President Donald Trump, it tends to bring a lot of mixed reactions. But hey, this is an NFL news and stories channel, and while I hate delving into politics, I go where the stories are. Anyways, before we begin, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Clash of Sports for all your NFL content. So Tom Brady, for those of you who don't know, has somewhat of a hazy public relationship with Donald Trump. Kinda like a lot of other celebrities who fucked with Trump before he ran for president. Look online and you'll see random photos of Tom Brady and Donald Trump together, whether it be playing golf or at a charity event or wherever. This is a relationship that goes back to the 2000s, back when Trump owned the Miss Universe pageant and a single Tom Brady had an appetite for partying with young models. And now fast forward to when the former president first ran for office and publicly announced at a rally that he had the endorsement from the GOAT, to when Tom was interviewed in the Patriots locker room and conveniently had a MAGA hat positioned for everyone to see. So I think it's fairly obvious the pair have somewhat of a quote-unquote friendship, no matter how reluctant Tom Brady has been on speaking about Trump publicly with the media.
Tom, you have kids of your own. How would you respond if your kids heard Donald Trump's version of locker room talk?
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Tom, have you seen or heard about the cover of the Daily News? And how do you feel about people criticizing your relationship with Donald Trump?
I don't think about it much. I got a lot, it's a tough week, so I got a lot of football stuff to think about. And,
Regret opening the door when you do talk about it?
like I said, I'm just here to play football. Thanks, guys.
So recently, Tom Brady opened up about his relationship with Trump in an interview with Variety. The QB stated that he hasn't spoken with the former president in years and that he felt that the media mischaracterized their friendship, which I can kinda understand. This all exploded in 2015 at the height of all the media exposure Trump was getting prior to his presidency, and anyone associated with him was getting dragged under the bus, whether it was fair or unfair. To be honest, Tom knew that, and that's why he always made it clear publicly that this was a friendship that started years before he ran for office. You also had his wife Giselle even dispel claims that the couple were endorsing Trump after he went public about it at his rally, and who knows who's telling the truth here. Tom and Giselle are one of the biggest power couples in America, and making a public political statement like that could have adverse effects on their brand and ultimately their bank accounts. Anyways, this next statement in the interview I think really shed some more light on the situation, as Brady went on to say, "My personality isn't ever one to insult anybody. I have plenty of my own flaws. I'm not here to point out anyone else's flaws. There are things that I agree with, there are things that I don't. There are things that I agree with my wife about, and there are things that I don't. I love her to death, but we don't always see eye to eye. I don't see eye to eye with anyone, and I'm not responsible for what other people say. I'm really responsible for what I say, so if people want to say things that I said or that I'm about, that's up to them. And I'm not going to respond to all those things all the time either." So this quote kinda shows Tom Brady's frustration for the media's coverage about his relationship with Donald Trump. He's made it clear in the past that the pair are friends, but that he hasn't always agreed with his friend or his politics. He's always distanced himself from making huge political statements in the past, as you saw throughout the whole Kaepernick anthem kneeling controversy in 2016. Even when other QBs took a more socially conscious approach and expressed how they felt about the anthem issue, Tom always stayed quiet. He has always managed to keep both aspects of his life very separate, and a recent quote he gave in 2021 should really show you what type of man Tom Brady really is. Tom said 90% of the shit that comes out of his mouth is pretty much BS. And that's what I mean. He is his own brand and an ambassador for the league, and would not do anything to publicly jeopardize that, even though he'll throw subtle hints every now and then. Personally, I think Tom Brady can publicly support who he wants. I think he is being true with a lot of what he has said about Trump, but I think at the same time, he hasn't been able to fully endorse his friend publicly due to the media backlash he would receive. I do believe they are friends, but not the close type that are always in communication with each other on an ongoing basis. Think about the people Tom Brady was around in Foxborough. His main influences were the owner and coach, who have both publicly endorsed Donald Trump on numerous occasions. But are we going to get anything like that from Tom? Probably not.